Hey guys, Omni here. Welcome back for episode 3 of season 2 of Loki. In the last episode, we finally found Sylvie, but in the meantime, while we were doing that, Dox executed her plan at pruning the timelines that were getting out of hand and overloading the loom. She detonated hundreds of them, man. Like 30, I think the number was 30% of the existing branch timelines were pruned by her and her squad. And the untold, incalculable number of lives that she just wasted at the sacrifice, obviously, of to potentially destroying all reality. We don't necessarily know what a temporal meltdown will bring, but it can't be good. Though while trying to retrofit the temporal loom, OB finds that it's been locked out, and the only temporal aura that will allow access to make any modifications is that shared with He Who Remains. So we're kind of in a pickle. The episode ended with everybody just solemnly gazing out onto the destruction left by Dox. Thankfully, they were able to stop it before it got too far out of hand, but damage has been done, lives have been lost, and we're kind of really feeling that. So let's move on to the next step, guys. If you want to see the full-length reaction to this episode, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you go on Memorable Channel, get you access as well. It will be in watch-along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up with the time codes of our reaction to the entire episode. Over there, you also get to suggest and vote on movies to react to each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage, and try to make it worth your while, so sure go to way to support the channel. But guys, I'd really appreciate it if you enjoy this reaction to leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really does go a long way with helping out the channel here. With that all said and out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into episode 3. Here we go. We're starting with a little bit of an old-timey feel. Are we going to be going to that little carnival? That little thing we saw in the trailer where Miss Minutes goes big and crazy? Where Victor Timely had his little presentation stage set up? Maybe? God, this is a really fun twist on the Marvel Studios intro, man. I like it. Chicago. Oh! 1868, Sacred Timeline.
What am I doing here?
Oh, don't get your britches in a stir.
You told me I was going somewhere important, that I was going to meet someone important.
Did you bring what I asked?
Answer me.
It sounds like a drug deal.
The important person you were gonna meet? The one at the end of time? He told me that we need to put this package in that window.
It's his window, isn't it?
This was the plan he made when he knew the end was near for him. Get back.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. Better.
Still no. Better, I guess. Closer? Still probably not.
When he's back where he belongs, atop the TVA, you and I will be right by his side.
Yeah, it's a eternal cycle, it seems like, to set him back into power. It's like he's in like a fixed time loop to die and retake his own place. Wow. Yeah. Oh, it is. Ouroboros, dude. It's a snake eating its own tail. The beginning is the end and the end is the beginning. Oh, I like that.
It's stable right now, but the branches Doc's prune are growing back.
Oh, wow. So those pruned branches are just popping right back.
We need to scale the loom's capacity to manage all those new branches. Otherwise, it will fail.
I mean, it's just going to expand exponentially. Like you'd have to keep doing it over and over and over.
Really? Oh, that is such a relief.
I'm wondering.
Aw, Quan's so great, dude.
The 2 hits we had on the Tempad trace.
We find Renslayer, we find Miss Minutes. Face to face with the woman who tried to kill us both. Or maybe she got out of her system. Let's focus on that content block.
That's very hopeful and positive thinking.
Okay, we got a hit on the Tempad going from right here, Chicago, 1868, to the same spot, 1893. Why would you go to the same place twice? pivot point in history.
Any major figure arises from here?
No. You had the Chicago fire, but that's 1871.
Let's go to 1893.
Ravonna, what are you up to?
Damn, they were so close. Oh, ooh.
This can't be the same
Ooh.
place. Yes.
Ooh, I liked that.
Chicago World's Fair, 1893.
Okay, this makes more sense as a destination.
Yes.
I'm saying they went to 1868 by mistake and then went 25 years ahead.
Nope. Because this is where he's going to be presenting his first invention based on what was in that book. That's why. She was like, here, and the next stop is here to see the outcome, the fruits of that. Look at that. Look familiar? Ghost clock. Oh, I missed the rest of the headline. This ghost clock continues to something.
Cracker Jack concession stand is a high traffic area. It was necessary and logical to go there.
Sure.
The fact that it's tasty is just a bonus. I take a more slow, deliberate, cerebral approach because I see everything. I notice everything.
I haven't seen you got some Cracker Jack on your chin. How about that?
It's damn sticky.
Oh man, I could go for some right now, man. Oh,
Make you a little
whoa.
homesick?
It's completely inaccurate, first of all. It's a crass generalization. I mean, you could reduce an entire culture down to a simple diorama.
Is somebody feeling a little left out that they're not up
I mean, it looks pretty damn good.
Hey, why they include
But he's
Boulder?
not up there.
No one's even heard of him.
No one's even heard of Boulder. Wow. Shade.
You are one of them. Blows my mind.
No.
Thor's not that tall. Mobius, look.
Temporal.
Victor Timely. Astounding temporal marvels.
Would you kindly open the bag?
Would you kindly? I know that wasn't a reference, but given the setting, might as well be. Or the time, rather.
There she is.
Don't let her see you.
You know, Loki could use his sorcery to mask himself as somebody else, and even cloak him too.
Time is everything. It shapes our lives, but perhaps we can shape it.
Just what would you know about the future, boy?
More than you might think.
Oh, nice, smooth.
It's beginning. Loki, look where we are. I mean to see Loki. Look like he's about to conquer all of time.
Coal and
Not yet.
petroleum. Invert the temporal decay of the electricity flowing through it and gathering it into fine threads of power, which it then weaves.
Such a unique performance, man.
A chaos. A chaos of particles is transformed into order. Call it a dream. Fine. Sneer. Laugh it off as pure science fiction. It can be achieved. Because all science is fiction until it's fact.
Woo! Oh my God!
We need to bring him back to the TVA.
Dude, like, God, he could have killed a bunch of people with that, man.
You give me the patent rights, and I'll facilitate production.
No,
Yeah.
I don't do partners. Excuse me. Thank you for coming. gentlemen, I will be taking all formal bids.
Perhaps $500 would conclude the bidding.
I'll give you 6.
7.
Wow.
850.
Step aside, Hornswoggler. I was here for $1,000.
I believe we have a deal. Pleasure doing business with you.
Wow.
Wow.
The hell?
Stepped on my foot.
Well, I don't know if that's how that transpired. Oh, I see. He had a heckler to throw up the interest and raise the price.
How about we settle this outside?
Oh my God.
Excellent suggestion. I agree.
What did he do? What did he do? What did he do to him?
Excuse me.
Okay, okay.
Renslayer, this is only going to take a minute.
Do you all know each other?
Unfortunately, an old friend.
Colleagues, really.
A reunion.
I can hardly remember.
Oh my God.
I want my money back, Timely. These trousers don't work.
You look taller to me.
Oh.
I told you.
Mr. Timely.
Mechanical trousers?
Your inventions are fake! Timely!
Excuse me.
What the hell?
There he is! Go on!
God.
No escape from this garage! There's a thief in here!
Oh, wow. Nice.
Sorry, we've got a development.
We have a development here, too. Turns out we have something even better than a Miss Minutes. We have a He Who Remains variant. We can use his temporal aura.
Okay, so as long as there's a variant, it would work. Because, I mean, that's the assumption right now.
Weird tempad reading.
About 10 feet from where you're standing?
Sylvie? Yep.
Sylvie! Sylvie, no!
You stay out of this.
Just wait for a second.
You've done enough. Get out of my face and let me finish the job.
Woohoo!
You asked me what I would do if one of his variants turned up, and I told you then I'd kill him.
What is going on?
But if the loom fails, there won't be a life to go back to. Not for you, not for anyone. And we can't fix it without him.
Oh my God. Well, that's a nice shot.
Where do you think he got that book? If you and the TVA hadn't messed with him, he'd have remained harmless. But instead, you weaponized him, and now you are waltzing him straight back into the TVA. The thief of all free will.
She's not wrong.
I didn't give him this book. I never heard the name Victor Timely until today. I was shocked when I saw his face too. Maybe you're right. Maybe we should throw him off this Ferris wheel. The TVA needs him. The lives they protect need him. Those lives, your home, are in danger. And right now, he may be our best hope of saving her.
This is all very familiar, isn't it?
Kinda, yeah.
I can't let him live.
Oh! Wow, this is getting out of hand.
Minutes? Yeah, this is your moment.
Oh! Oh my God. Kaiju mode.
Loki, come on.
Really?
So, did you like my performance back there? Ooh.
Ladies, it's high time someone tells me exactly what is going on.
A long time ago, a version of you created an entity called the Time Variance Authority.
I created the TVA.
Something like that.
It's like the story of myself that I always imagined is true.
Did you hear the murder part? That is why you need me by your side. I'll keep you safe.
And the two of you work for the TVA.
Well, even before the TVA.
Are they fighting over him right now? Yeah.
Our loom, a device not unlike your prototype you had on stage, it's in trouble. And it needs you.
That is not dissimilar to what the wizard gentleman.
The wizard.
Why aren't the two of you in cahoots with him and his butler?
His butler.
Loki helped murder your variant.
It's true.
But he was protecting me.
He switches sides. It's a well-documented behavioral trait.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up.
My lab is in Wisconsin.
Go, go, go.
Wow. Smart. Oh my god.
Where are they? He's mine. Rat bags.
Go ahead. I beg your pardon.
Take him. He's all yours.
Oh my god, it's so goofy. I love it.
Guidebook. Perhaps you recognize it.
I brought it to you.
You brought it to him the way the postman brings the post.
Oh my gosh, she's so jealous.
Well, whoever it was, I think the book has it.
Look at that sassy ass glare she's giving her.
You know, Victor, I'm starting to see the man you'll become.
Appreciate that.
I have high hopes for this partnership.
I just can't help but keep watching Miss Minutes. She started to smile when he pulled his hand away. What in the world? Am I reading into that too much, guys? Let me know. Oh my god. Nope, she got Tinkerbelled.
You heard her, Victor. Partnership.
Oh, he doesn't do partners. Wow. Oh, so cold.
You know, for a moment, I was worried that you wouldn't come with me. That you liked Ravonna better than me. When you first created me, I was just a simple AI. Just something to play chess with. But you knew I could be more for you. So you gave me autonomy to write my own programming. Each night we played chess and talked.
A loyal friend.
More than friend. Why didn't you allow me a real body?
Oh, God.
If I had a body, we could truly lead together.
This is some weird... This took a turn.
You never even tried, with all your powers and all your abilities. You just kept me as your thing, instead of what I could have been. Your girl.
Oh!
Put that down. Don't do this. We're a team. You need me.
I love... What the fuck?
Tiff.
Thank God. You're here. Things are getting quite strange.
Oh, this is quite the day for this man, dude.
I was entrusted with this mission by He Who Remains, not his variant. So from now on, I'm the one in charge.
Well...
No! Step away from him. We need him.
Move any closer, and he's done.
They want the same thing! What is this bullshit?
All lost our way, but someone has to keep track of the big picture here.
You have no idea what it takes to lead, to act, to keep order. The second I left, everything crumbled. I'm the only one who can bring stability to the TVA because that's what I've been doing, thanklessly, for eons. All that matters is order versus chaos. I'm order.
No.
Oh! Hey, you want to have some order v chaos? Let's go.
I haven't done anything.
Oh, you will.
You'll do terrible things.
That isn't me.
Oh, she's the Ravonna in this situation.
I can make my own choices. I'm not the man you think I am.
Get him out of here.
Walk through.
Wow. That was a big character moment, man, right there. That was a reflection of what happened to her when she got visited as a variant. Not treated as anything other than a copy of someone else she never met, never allowed to have their own life or decisions.
I suppose I've been a box you've been wanting to take for a long time.
Ooh!
If you're gonna kill me, just do it.
I've killed you 1,000 times. In my mind, each time more brutal than the last. It's crippling, that kind of obsession. I'm starting to realize that. It's power for you, isn't it? That's what you want. A seat at the end of time. Be careful what you wish for.
Oh! Oh! He's still there! Well, that answers a question I had a little while ago. Actually, that I brought down in the new Rockstar's reaction for last week, I think. Ooh. Ooh.
Love you.
I
had him under control until he sabotaged me and made fools of us.
It was foolish of him to make an enemy out of someone who knows all his secrets.
Oh, God.
I know a really big one about you. I can tell.
Oh. About her role in the war.
Angry.
Let's go. Let's go. Woo! Dude, that was a wild, fun episode, man. Like, I love the old-timey, like, what would you call that? I don't know, just that, like, old-timey chase vibe, where they're all kind of running through the carnival, different groups of people, all trying to get Victor Timely, and after he swindled some people and stuff like that, and other people that have bought his inventions, expecting something other than what they are, and even though he's very much so expressed that they're just prototypes, that the current age technology doesn't allow himself the freedom to actually create the things that he envisions in his mind. So these are really just kind of crude representations of what he could do with the technology were it available. You know, and the fact that they gave him this book, you know, he is a variant on the sacred timeline of He Who Remains, one of Kang's many, many variants that has existed or has now seemingly come into existence. You know, they all branch, I assume, from here. This is him on the sacred timeline, the one that he crafted. And as a fallback, if he dies, so Miss Minutes says, is to bring this guidebook to one of his variants and establish someone to follow in his footsteps to establish the TVA, make sure it's back in place, and to put things back into order. Literally is an Ouroboros, and he even like looks up to the Ouroboros, the author of the esteemed book that he is reading in there. So, God, I mean, if they did say that we just need a variant, you know, in this, you know, it was the assumption previously that every variant would also, regardless if it's a Loki variant or a whatever, a different iteration, each variant would have a distinct aura. So multiple Loki variants would have their own individual temporal aura. That was our assumption, but they were like, we just need this Kang variant. If it wasn't He Who Remains himself, that would have been the case, but they were fine just settling for one of his variants. So that answers that question. So that begs the question, or at least not begs the question, that answers the presumption that a lot of people have been saying about Ouroboros himself maybe secretly being a Kang variant. That's our first piece of evidence that kind of writes that off, but he is a huge piece of the puzzle in kind of constituting this new iteration of him, which is just a whole other mess now. Now they're, though, bringing him back to the TVA. They themselves now may even be helping propagate this cycle. For all they know, he had this planned and mapped out as a contingency. For all he knew, this is probably how that was going to play out. He had probably even planned for this. So he's going to be able to meet Ouroboros. He's going to meet the man who wrote the book that he's been using to base his whole thing off of. So I'm very interested to see how that conversation goes. But at the end of the day, too, his lack of, I don't do partners, that theme echoing over and over and over again. Why was that a thing? It wasn't always a thing. There was always a distance there. Then that attachment, that want, that quest, that longing for power or a connection, or maybe even just appreciation or recognition in your piece in the puzzle, your cog in the machine. Like Ravonna is just like, when she was talking at Mobius in that moment, she's like, what kept this all going at the end of the day? What kept all the order in the TVA? It was me. Thanklessly all the time. And in that same respect, Miss Minutes has been falling in love with her creator and wanting to, like, why did you never give me a body? Why was I never anything more than a thing? I was there the entire way. I helped manage all this stuff. And it's like two exes who both had the same problem with the same guy, uniting in a unified front over mutually shared trauma that has been inflicted upon them because of said person. And now you got two angry ass women who are going to be coming after his ass now, who know his secrets because they've been there next to everything. Well, Ravonna doesn't. Miss Minutes does. This is where this shit gets crazy, where the things could just blow up. She knows everything, presumably. She was there before the TVA was even founded. And we saw that Ravonna was at least mentioned in partnership with her involvement in the war in a time where the TVA was functioning and had recordings. So that at least knows that Miss Minutes did come first. She was one of his first inventions before there was the TVA. And then somewhere along the lines, it's just the whole thing has exploded. I love the sets. I love the setting in this episode. I love the timey-wimey feeling of it all, like, especially when we get to live in some of these eras for a time. I love that stuff. Like, I love that we got to kind of play around for a little bit in these different eras in the last episode, from the McDonald's area with Sylvie and that kind of feel to the little I forget what time it was exactly, but when they went back to visit Brad Wolfe's premiere, that whole thing, so much fun. And I like that we really lived in this the whole episode, pretty much. Aside from a couple of cuts back to the TVA, we pretty much were just there the whole time. And that was wild, man. Seeing Sylvie, again, checked and balanced every time by our Loki. And it's like a repeated cycle of their final moments with He Who Remains on repeat. Every time Loki is standing between her and her blade getting to him. Though this time he's way more on guard because now he knows her resolve. He knows what she's willing to do. So he's a lot more effective in fending her off. So now we have this like stalemate between these two, continuously trying to do one thing or the other. And like in the same way, she, in her quest for this thing, it led her to become Ravonna in this situation, the person that came to originally prune her and take away her entire existence and give her the life she now is on because of just someone she resembled in a timeline that was never hers, because she was different than what they had planned. She was now doing the exact same thing to this variant. Whether or not it's true, it'll become the same thing. She can't let herself do that or she is forever lost. She is the thing she never wanted to be. So that was a very huge character moment for her to pull back and let them go. And then her facing off, having Ravonna right there, the person she had dreamed about killing endlessly for ruining her life right there. And she was like, hey, you know what? I get it. You want power. You want to be at the seat right beside that the one running the show. How about I help you with that? Blah! You can go live with this corpse. Fun little thing. She gets to live. She didn't kill her. A little bit of a high ground moment with a little bit of sass right in it. Oh, I like that. It was a nice little way to bring that back around. And it answers the question. His citadel is still there. It is crumbling, but it's still there. His body is still there. So that that does kind of raise my question of if all that is still there, when everything is pruned, like we saw, it doesn't remove them from time. It dumps them at the end. It just takes them to the end of the sacred timeline, to the dumping grounds where Alioth circles around and dissolves the matter that goes there. So my question, while the window would not be huge and it would be quite the feat to pull this off, that at least implies that there would have been a window to save some of the pruned lives before Alioth took them. Get as many people as they could. What would they do with them? I have no idea. I don't know what you would even do with them, but it did like open the idea that they could try to save some lives. That was at least my thought. I loved the whole banter of how people depict, you know, the Norse gods and all that. Loki's jealousy. He was like, why is Baldur even up there? Nobody's got a thing for me. And he was like, doesn't even look like Odin. And Thor's not that tall. There's a lot of fun character moments throughout the episode. Again, Loki at any point to lay low could put up a mask, a visage to cloak him and Mobius at any time they're on an Earth. And they never do it. He uses all his other spells and stuff and translocates people, blasts people and stuff like that. But like he could cast an illusion and they wouldn't have been seen at all by anybody, including Ravonna. It was just like one of those things. Like, I don't know. But I know it just breaks the flow of the episode because then it just makes everything too easy. But that's when you just got to write around it. Either way, it was a fun episode. Loved it. Again, top notch on the production value, the feel, the flow, the music. It was so good. Anyway, guys, what'd you all think? What are your thoughts, your theories, your speculations? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Mandy Share, Ryan Karen, Yorick, Chris Scott, Margaret Grace, Melito, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey Hale, Jake Cantrell, Eric Official, Amy Becca, and Casey Wood. Thank you guys so much for continued support. That's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.